Oh, look, a pillager patrol. Let's run them down. I'm still collecting those ominous bottles so that we can start a raid, which we probably should do in this episode. Did we get one? There it is. What bottle is it? Bad Omen 2. Welcome back to Superflat Survival, Season 2, Episode 16. In the last episode, we built this amazing new villager trading hall, and in between episodes, I tucked all the villagers into their individual trading spots and put their workstations in front of them. As well as that, I went to the nether and collected some warped and crimson stem, and I decided to use the crimson wood as an accent for this build because it was mostly all just a gray stone. And it looks a lot better with the crimson wood in. I've also added, I believe this is magenta carpet, and the magenta carpet came from one of our new additions. We have 2 shepherds now in the villager trading hall, and I've leveled them up a little bit using white wool. That's all we really have, but one of them traded magenta wool, and so I used a little bit for the carpet in order to keep this place non-spawnable. I wanted to keep the iron golems out mostly, but also other hostile mobs, and I don't think that there's any way they can spawn. Some neat additions to this villager trading hall. Some features include these trapdoors here, which I can use to close off the villagers if I need to do any maintenance in here, such as removing the workstation. Anything that has to do with that, I can still keep them in place with the trapdoor. And also, I swapped out the blocks down below with stairs, which allows me to collect the XP after I trade with the villagers. I can show you an example over here. If we do a little bit of trading with the weaponsmith, the toolsmith, and the armor, yes, armor, we can collect, see the XP, how it collects under the stair there, and we can just move forward and collect that all. So no XP goes to waste. This new villager trading hall is great, but we're not going to be working up here in this episode. What we're actually going to be working on today is a new farm, and we're going to add that farm right down there. You can see I've marked out an area next to the sugarcane farm and the iron farm. It's also adjacent to the pumpkin and melon farm, which we will eventually get as soon as we get visited by a wandering trader with some sugarcane and pumpkin seeds. We'll get those 2 farms up and running. But what I want to add is a wool farm. And so we're going to be moving the sheep. Maybe you can see them in their pen. It looks like a big white square over there. We're going to be moving them over here. But first, we need to build the farm. So what I'm doing now to get ready for that is I'm making dispensers. And in order to craft dispensers, you need bows. So I'm using the, wow, that's really loud. Here, let me get rid of these mobs. So this is what I've been doing over here at the mob farm is I've been clearing the mobs and collecting the broken bows. And then I combine them to make a complete bow so that I can craft a dispenser. And once I get enough of these broken bows, I combine them like this, and then I have a little bit of cobblestone and redstone in my inventory. We can make 1 dispenser right now. Let's go back into the villager trading hall where I have a crafting table hidden under this piece of magenta carpet. If we put in the bow and the redstone, surround it with cobblestone, we get nothing. Okay, let's switch the bow and the redstone. There we go, that's a dispenser. And so we just need to make a few more of these to get ready for today's build. We're going to need some other redstone components as well for this wool farm, such as hoppers. We need some mine carts, and we're going to need some observers as well, and the dispensers, of course. But let's start in this area here. This is where the wool farm is going to be. And we've got some digging to do. I think I'm going to set up the collection system at this end, but I need to dig out an area that is 7 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we could make it a little bit wider than that. since we marked out quite a large area here. Or we can keep it tucked in tight against the sugarcane farm, I guess, if we want to. How many blocks on this side? That's 5 and 3 on that side? All right. We'll center it a little better by digging out this block. And we'll dig out this one too. We'll just make it a little bit wider. I need to dig out this entire area, and then we can put in the collection system. And we need to dig this area all the way down to bedrock. So here's what the area looks like when it's all dug out. I put in some stone brick stairs here leading down to 2 double chests. These are going to be the output chests for the farm. And for the collection system, instead of using hopper minecarts, which we could have done, we could have laid rails and had a minecart going back and forth, but we have plenty of iron and wood, and so I was thinking that we can just use hoppers instead. And I know it's a lot of hoppers. Maybe it will cause a little bit of lag for our game, especially in this farming area where we have a lot of hoppers already, but I'm willing to take a chance on this. I think they've made some improvements to the game. I can't be certain, but it's possible that hoppers aren't as laggy as they used to be, especially when there's a block on top of it, which there will be on most of these hoppers, and the rest will actually have hopper minecarts sitting on top. And on top of that is where the sheep will sit. When the observer detects the change to the grass block, it'll activate the dispenser, which will shear the sheep. And the drops will go through a hopper minecart and then down to the hopper below. And since it's a hopper chain, it'll all lead to these double chests. So let's get the rest of the farm built up. Now I'm placing blocks where all the hopper minecarts are going to go. It's quite a few blocks actually, but you can see that these squares here above the hopper row is actually where the minecart with hopper is going to sit. After that, we need to cover this all up with grass blocks so that we can make room for the sheep to move in. But let's get the minecarts with hoppers in first. It's a very iron-heavy build, but luckily we have an iron farm right next door, so we can just grab some iron out of here. I think I'm going to need at least 2 stacks for this, so we'll come over and get more if we need to. And we need to craft a bunch of hoppers, but I don't want to craft them all at once because I don't have enough room in my inventory for all of them. So let's just make a few at a time. Let's make, I don't know, let's start with 3, and then we'll place those in, and then we'll craft 3 more. It's a little bit slow and inefficient, but at least I can control my inventory that way. Okay, here we go. We've got 3 minecarts with hoppers crafted. So let's place those on the hotbar, and then we'll place them in the farm. Oh, it's almost time to sleep. All right, we'll start at the back, and let's go ahead and get these placed in. Do I need to crouch? No. Oh, I need rails. All right, let's craft up some rails quickly. Of course we need rails. What was I thinking? You can't place minecarts down without rails. Here, let's make a stack of rails. That should be more than enough. Actually, no, it's not more than enough, is it? We'll make 2 stacks. We got plenty of iron, so it's no problem. And now we need to place these rails into each of the squares here. And then we can place minecart with hopper down on top of that. So next I need to cover this entire farm over with dirt, but before I do that, I want to show you kind of how one of these little modules look when it's set up without the dirt all over it. And then once the dirt covers all these hoppers, it's kind of difficult to tell exactly where the sheep need to go. So I like to put a little indicator in to show me where the correct position of all the sheep. And the way I do that is I alternate the stone blocks all the way down. This is what the redstone sits on that takes the signal from the observer and sends it to the dispenser to shear the sheep. And so this is what one module looks like. This observer is actually observing a dirt block, which will eventually be a grass block. And when the sheep eats the grass, it changes the state of the block and sends a signal to the dispenser. So nothing's going to happen yet, but I need to place a bunch of these in, and I wanted to show you kind of what that looks like. So what I do is I come around the back and place the observer first, facing into that minecart with Hopper down there. Okay, that's incorrect. Maybe I should place the observers even before I place these blocks here. It might be easiest just to go down the row and do this. Yep, that's correct. And I'll do that all the way down. Can I do it here? No, that's not where an observer goes. As you can see, there's quite a few misplaced blocks, but we'll get it figured out. This wool farm is nearly complete now. We just need to get the sheep in, of course, and fill the dispensers with shears. Let's go grab the sheep now. I think I'm going to need to sleep because the sun is setting first, but we can get started over here. I'm going to grab some wheat to lure the sheep with. And then let me plant the seeds down real quick. I'm also going to sleep, and then we'll go grab the sheep and move them into the new sheep farm. All right, it's daytime. I've got my wheat, and now it's time to lure the sheep over to the farm. Hey, zombified piglin. Welcome. All right, let's get these sheep out of their pen. I think we can just use this fence gate. Okay, they're probably just going to keep pushing each other. Let's open this up a little bit to make it easier. All right, that's probably good enough. Can I pick up that fence gate? There we go, got it. All right, come with me, sheep. We're going to the sheep farm. I actually don't need all of them to follow. Why don't we leave some of them behind, just in case? Just in case something happens, we'll have a couple sheep in reserve. All right, the rest of you, come with me. Oh, there's so many. We might end up losing some, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get them back to the sheep farm. Oh, we got a big slime here. Big slime, watch out. All right, come on, sheep, regroup. We're going to the sheep farm. Well, I lost so many. We'll come back and get them. I just want to make sure we have enough sheep so that we can get them into the farm and start breeding them. Most of the sheep I was able to get into the enclosure, but we did lose a few. A few of them I even got into their spots already. I'm going to go ahead and cover these guys with trapdoors. They're the first sheep in the farm. It looks like we even got a baby sheep in here. And I didn't see any doubles. They're all single sheep. But we've got a few more to get in here. Let me show you how I'm doing this real quick. What I do is I put wheat in my hand, and then get them all to circle around me. Come on, guys, make a big group. We'll go down and get these guys as well. And these guys at the end, can I get them all to come with me? I want a big group of sheep around me, and then what we're gonna do, okay, I'm not even sprinting, I have to walk very slowly, is we're gonna go up here and make sure all the sheep are following. There we go, very good. And if we just walk along the middle here, some of them should fall in. Did we get any new ones to fall in? Maybe we can push them in. It doesn't seem like they really want to go in. Did we get any new ones? Here, let's do some tricky maneuvers here and see if we can get one to fall in. Okay, we got at least one new one here. Let's place a trap door. And we'll keep doing that until we can get a few more of these sheep into the farm. Oh, we got one down here as well. And now that all the sheep are in, it's time to get this farm up and running. We can remove this wool block. I'll empty out this chest later. But what we need to do now is craft a bunch of shears and fill the dispensers. So let's get that done. We'll grab some iron, all the iron probably, and let's make some shears. Okay, that's not shears. There we go, 13 shears, and I'm gonna need more than that, but let's wait to craft them. How many dispensers can I fill with 13 shears? Probably like 1.5. I think I am going to fill this farm completely with shears as well. Here, let's make a lot more than that. I'm just going to craft the entire stack into shears. They won't all fit in my inventory, but oh, it looks like most of them will. Here, I can fill the chest with them to get the iron back. And then we can craft some more shears. All right, let me fill up these dispensers, and then we'll check and make sure that the farm is working. A few stacks of iron later, and we have a working wool farm. Watch out, sheep. As you can see, all the dispensers are full of shears. And down here, I've removed our building materials from the collection chests. Well, mostly. And you can see that we already have a stack of white wool on the left and almost half a stack on the right. So in no time, these 2 double chests should fill with wool, and we'll be able to trade that to the shepherd villagers up in our villager trading hall to get even more emeralds. It's nice to have another tradable material. So we have just a little bit of time left in the episode, and I was hoping we would be able to squeeze in a raid. I've never done a raid in this Superflat world yet. This will be the first one for Season 2. But if we go into the house here and grab an ominous bottle from our chest, we can start a raid. I think we might actually have to go up near where the villagers are. Where's my... Here, which one should we use? Let's just use the Bad Omen 2 that we got today. And we're going to start a raid and see what happens. Raids can be a little bit lengthy. And so we'll start the raid together and see what happens with the mobs spawning in, the raiding party. After that, I might have to speed some parts of it up a bit. But let's see what happens when we start a raid. I don't know quite what to expect, but I'm going to go up near the villager trading hall and drink this ominous bottle. I think I have my spawn set down below in the house down there in the yellow bed. And so if we die, that's where we'll respawn. There's plenty of weapons and armor there. Here goes nothing. All right, so nothing should spawn up here, I think. But now that we have the raid started, let's actually fly down a little bit lower. I want to get a closer look at where the mobs are going to spawn. We should be able to see them down below. I probably should have slept before starting this raid. I don't see any raiders yet, but maybe the potion effect. There we go. Okay, we've got a raiding party loading in now. So let's see, where are they gonna spawn? This should be pretty easy. We have a lot of fenced off areas. Oh, wow, they spawned right up here on this platform? That's crazy. I really wasn't expecting that, but here we go. Let's engage with the first group of pillagers. They are pillagers, right? There's the banner guy right there. We can easily take that guy out. And then we should probably sleep and see what happened to the raiding party down below. Oh no, they must have taken fall damage down there because we have new raiders spawning in already. Here, let's back off a little and give them some room to spawn. They might all spawn on this platform, actually. Okay, yes, they did. We've got more raiders down there. I see illagers. And what else? No Ravagers yet. I don't know what's going to happen once we get a Ravager spawning in. Alright, that's another group of raiders taken out. Let's see what happens with the rest. Actually, I want to go up and sleep real quick. Let's go up this bubble column. There's a bed up top where I can set my spawn and sleep away the night. Not this way. There it is. This is one of the most interesting raids ever. There's an evoker right there. Oh, Vex too. Ooh, that's quite dangerous. Let's see if we can get rid of some of these mobs. Oh, that's not good. Let's go up. I don't think they'll follow me up the bubble column, but it'll give me a chance to escape. And then what I can actually do is just fly back down and ambush them from the rear. I really wasn't expecting the entire raid to be up on this platform, but it's really interesting that it is. Here, oh, there's a Vex there. Going over the side. Is it coming over to me? I can't seem to quite hit it. Here, let's go a little closer. Oh, everybody's behind the glass there, I think. Is the evoker back there as well? There's the witch up on the left. Okay, the witch is over the side. And if we go in a little closer, is that the evoker or a pillager? Okay, there's still a couple bad guys left over here. Maybe some of them went up top as well. Here, can I get in here? I want to get these guys over the edge. And that should be everybody. Okay, we've got maybe raid victory. We are the hero of the village. That means we've defeated the entire raiding party. Now, some of the mobs went over the edge, so we should check and see if there's any loot down here. Oh, it looks like there is a Ravager down here. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Must have survived the fall. There we go. We got an extra saddle. And where's all the good loot? Okay, here we go. We've got some loot here. A couple pillager banners. There should be another Totem of Undying somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. There's another banner here. Lots of XP. Oh, there it is, up on the beacon pyramid. You see it? Our second Totem of Undying. I knew there would be another one around here somewhere. Alright, well, we do have the Hero of the Village effect, and I think I picked up all the loot from down here. Let's go back up to the Villager Trading Hall and take advantage of this effect to get a bunch of free stuff. Hello, villagers. Your hero has arrived. I don't know exactly how they're going to be able to throw items to me, but if they do, I should be able to pick them up. It might take a minute for them to decide to shower me with their love and affection. But I am out of time for this episode, so thank you for watching this episode of Super Flat Survival, and I'll see you in the next one.